Careful. Just a little bit here. So we'll go ahead and finish that up. Alright guys, you're going to see something that you normally don't see me do. Yes. Right now. I think it's time for me to smoke this. It's not more so for like get off the edge of some sort. Even though I should not be getting cigarettes. We found, I think I've mentioned about this. We found his last pack a while ago when things were still, trying to comprehend about my dad's death. Dad would love to smoke cigarettes. I mean, he was a chain smoker too. So I'm not a big fan of cigarettes, to be honest. That's why I like my weed. But for Dad, I'm smoking this for him. You gotta be careful because obviously I don't want to. Right now, we're just enjoying nature. Maybe some loud neighbors. Ooh. Not a good feeling. Really, especially on my nose. Ugh. Sometimes you just need a fucking cigarette. Sometimes you need a fucking shot of whiskey. Sometimes you need to break your fucking rules. Rules are meant to be broken. I hate that I have that mindset, but it's true. Rules are meant to be broken. When it comes to something that you have to do where you have to rob Peter to pay Paul, that is where that mindset comes through, where you have to break your own set of rules to make ends meet. After this is not one of those type of things. It's just that, I feel like I want to have a cigarette in honor of my dad. And, I'm trying not to do cigarettes because cigarettes are awful. And I mean awful. That's why I like my weed. I'm not talking about awful in taste. I mean, they're awful in that too, but they're awful in health wise. That's why they have people. That's why they have all these warnings, and everything else. Oh, and yes, you will hear fireworks because it's getting close to the 4th of July. And yes, I want to be shirtless, enjoy outside, but unfortunately, bugs are trying to get to me. And I don't want to put my shirt on. Right now, while there's light here, we're going to enjoy smoking until you can't see me, or until it's 10. One of the two. Or until my phone is about to be dead. One of those three. Ah, hopefully that was not a lit one. Don't want fire. So I'm starting to feel that nicotine buzz. I'm not a fan of cigarette smoke at all. I'm definitely feeling the buzz. Ouch. Fucking mosquito. Ow. Yeah. Hey, now get out of here. That's definitely a mosquito. AKA, I gotta wear my shirt now. I gotta wear my shirt. Bother. It's your fault. It's always your fault. It's always been your fault. Goddamn cigarettes. I gotta put shirt on. I'm trying not to burn this fucking picnic table. Now I have to have the shirt on because of fucking mosquitoes. Man, you are getting dark quick. Jeepers creepers. And there's the 15%. Jeepers creepers. Fiddlesticks. I'm calling corporate. It's your fault. Uh, After this is done, we go back into the pipe. And we'll have to do one full pipe because you're not going to be able to see me, do any more pipes. Our firework, yay. Okay. Be right back, guys. Make sure nothing feels hot. Nothing feels hot. Okay. It's... My God, you are really getting dark. Well, you gotta hurry. We gotta enjoy ourselves. At least until you can't see me. This is the remnant of the Heavens Bells I had in the Ohio Cannabis Company dispensary. Get out of here. That was a big hit. All right. So, figured out a little bit something for I think next couple weeks. Unfortunately, guys, Restream will not go through TikTok at the time being. It has been not approved, which means if I'm going to be doing a TikTok stream, it will be strictly a TikTok stream. With that in mind, there will be a strict TikTok stream coming up in July the 3rd, where pretty much I am off that day, and it is going to be a 4th of July event down down at where President McKinley is laid to rest on. So that's going to be a very interesting, and it's not even just focusing for fireworks later on. We're definitely going to enjoy ourselves that day. Just want to say that out loud. We're definitely going to enjoy ourselves that day. I might see, obviously, family members there. So if I do see family members, I think there is a way I can pause the thing. So I want to go into a little bit of detail about my personal life. Although I already went into detail about for my dad, unfortunately. Well, not really much into detail, but you've had enough detail about what I've been going through with my dad. So it's the only closest thing that I can be able to do. And of course, we've had the moments in the stream where we were looking through photos and reminiscing about past memories. Not even just for how great my dad was, but how great, days were back then. It's because currently I'm also not, I do have, great support from my husband and everything else, but I do need to understand as well for my own terms and that's where recently I attended a grief support center to try to help understand my journey and my grief, because this, when it comes for grief, the worst day of your life happened, and it's your worst day of your life because he or she was that close to you. Nobody else's death is like better or more sadder or more whatever than your own personal loss, especially for something that hits you hard. And unfortunately, this unfortunately did hit a chord that, because here's the thing, we can't get rid of the inevitable, because the inevitable does happen. But when things happen sudden, it strikes a massive chord. Hey, get out of here. It strikes a chord. And trust me, it's been striking me in different ways that I would not wish anybody, not even the worst enemy possible, to have. It's it's something that I have to, because right now the type of emotions that I have to go through, I have to accept these emotions and I have to let them come out in a safe manner. So some of you may know that I do have meltdowns, so it's hard. It really is, because I've been having days where emotions are just building up and building up and building up, and I stop myself, to get to that meltdown point by going up into the shower and pretty much, do my usual hot shower, and then later on, gradually make it cold. And at times, you cry in your shower, and I do, and also a big fuck you to toxic masculinity. Uh, yes, there may be at times where you have to be a man on certain situations, but when it comes for grief, there's nothing wrong with crying. There's nothing wrong with being sad. There's nothing wrong with feeling what you are feeling. There is nothing wrong with having those feelings. And it's important to feel those feelings. It's important not to repress those feelings, because if you repress the feelings, they will ruin you. They will become a you'll become a somebody that you yourself doesn't even want to be a part of. And that's my issue, aka my inner self, my inner child self, who's now a demon because he's hurt. He misses back then. He misses dad, obviously. He misses mom the way she was. But the thing is that the past hurts. The only, yeah, the past really hurts. Reliving the past hurts more. But the thing is that you have to either run from it or learn from it. Lion King, hey, hey, hey. And pretty much for going on through this journey, learning from it is the only route to go. Unfortunately, there's nothing to run to. Your biggest part of your life is gone. And the days will, at least one of your biggest um, people that you have known throughout your entire life is gone. There's no denying that, but it is up to you on how you want to make sure on how can you go through this grief, because obviously the sadness won't go away, but it is up to you to definitely choose a path that is good for you, that is good for not just for you, but also for people that you are close to, that are still alive, and also definitely cherish those moments well. And oh, another thing, please do not act like they're dead. They're still alive. It's okay to cry and cherish moments, but don't act like that they are dying or they're about to be dead. They are still here. Enjoy the now, and just go from there. All right, man. Yeah, I hate when people like that happens. Spammer, get out, spammer. All right. Well, it is getting pretty dark, and yeah, 9:30. All right. Yeah, it's definitely getting very dark. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and end this part of the stream. Um, at least for right now. I'm not too sure if I'm going to be streaming again tonight, but do expect July 3rd for a special TikTok stream for that local 4th of July event that will occur in my area. So, and yeah, I'm starting to get bed up, so I better get out of here. So, I'll see you guys next time.